Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I'm very honored and humbled to be part of this a very important lunch, and I've been enjoying listening to everybody speaking before me. A lot of emotion, and I think that's absolutely needed. We need emotion on that topic because emotion helps moving the lines. But we also need every single actor to contribute. So what I'm representing here with HOLCIM, and Christina just, I'm part of Christina's team, if I can say, it's really the building material people. And I think the building material have a huge role to play in providing proper roofs on everyone's heads. But also what HOLCIM is, not just being the biggest building material company in the world, we are a bunch of countries, of operations in the countries. And I thought what Teresa said earlier, that we need to work with a local actor to understand the local solutions, was very important. And I think this is where also we can really contribute. The other keywords here that I heard earlier was climate resilient houses. I was, as you said, Sheila, we met not so long ago on a panel, and I met your organization in Philippines. And it's, I'm not going to give you numbers here because you know them better than I do, but when you hear that last year, Philippines had 20 typhoons of strength 4 to 5, when before they would have less than 1 per year, you clearly understand why we need to act right now, because it's not just about providing roofs on people's heads that don't have them today, but also providing to people who will lose them because of all those climate issues that are happening today. And it was so interesting. It was so interesting it opens a lot of avenues on what we can do, the things we have been discussing and the things we have been doing in HOLCIM. And I will just give you some examples, not all of them, but examples of things we can do. So we've been in Malawi, we actually printed a school. So we talked about, problems with education and sleeping. So we could print a school in Malawi in the walls in 18 hours. There's a gap of 40,000 schools there. So we could really bridge that gap really quickly. And now we are printing 50 affordable houses in Kenya. And I just want to bring here, and I know Teresa said coming up with innovation is not always, you need to understand how it works locally, but just to show examples of things where we can sometimes go much faster. But also the thing about concrete is how it reinforces local structure. So we made this organization in the Philippines called Base Bahay, which I'm sure some of you know, which use bamboo houses and put kind of a coating of concrete outside. And that makes those housing now resilient to typhoons, while being still very affordable, because the main construction is a bamboo, which is a traditional construction. So I think we can all work together. We have a partnership there with Build Change. I was really happy to listen to Elizabeth earlier. We are also working, we had a workshop with the Norman Foster Foundation looking at shelters, how to build shelters, again, resilient, because if you think of shelters, the average life of a shelter when there is a catastrophe, when there is an earthquake, or we talked about earthquake earlier, is more than 20 years. So we can't consider, like you said, tents don't work. You need to think of something that is strong and resilient. And I would finish, houses is one thing, but we need to think as well of the roads around the houses. And in countries where there is very heavy rains, which are going to get heavier and heavier, the roads can become very easily unpracticable. And we have solutions with that. We have a solution to do soil stabilization, where you don't need to spend the type of money you would normally need to do proper asphalted road, but they are stable enough for people to work, for kids to go to school, for cars to drive. And that's something also we discussed with the organization, Sheila, in the Philippines, how that's the type of thing you would need, because you think of the houses, but you need to think of the rest. So really, I'm very much looking forward of what's going to happen after this call, after this launch. I think we can all get together and really make this topic progress much faster than before, because again, it's about us putting all our passion and emotion together. And thank you.